Welcome everybody to WoRd, and today we are hosting the talk show with you lovely people. Give yourself a round of applause again. So, what is it about? We're talking about what the word is on road, okay? And AKA I'm calling it G therapy. We're talking about certain people, yeah, have that G mentality. I'm a G, I'm this and I'm that. And we're basically going to address some of the themes. I'm going to play you a couple clips, and then we're going to discuss some of the issues that are presented. As you know, since last year we've had loads of youths that have died at the hand of another youth. Okay, last year I believe it was 26 was the number for London. Okay, and this year that it looks like we're going to exceed that number. So that dilemma is still there of how we're going to deal with these youth issues. Okay, so I'll be very interested to get your opinions. Okay, and yeah, basically let's get this started. I'm going to show you a clip now. I've basically got 6 guys here who live in the borough of Newham, and they're going to just explain, you know, what their outlook of the street game is, and then we'll be back after that to discuss. Okay, give yourself an applause again. We just watched the video by AJ. His name was AJ. Okay, I'm just going to take a few points of what he said in there, and then I just want to, I guess, get a reaction from you as to what you think about it. Okay, so alright, one of the things he said was Gordon Brown needs to, I won't say the whole sentence, get up with something, yeah, and do something, yeah. How many people agree with that? Yeah. Okay, we got Eric.
I think that it's true what he said about that he makes a lot of empty promises that he says things he's going to do, but with the gun crime you can't wait a couple of years to say I'm going to do this in 2012 or 2013, it needs to be now. Like instead of talking to him, he start walking basically.
Okay, and what kind of things specifically do you feel that Gordon Brown needs to do? What do you reckon, because we're saying Gordon Brown needs to do something, what is the something? What do you think, Missy? What do you think is the something Gordon Brown like? What's one of the things you think could help?
He could make places for youth people to go instead of them being on the road and stuff. So there's youth groups and stuff. But then there is youth groups around. It just has to be one that's advertising, entertaining to youth people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That word, yeah?
Yeah.
How many people agree with that? Yeah, you think they need to be more, you know, active and things like going to places? Stephanie?
I just think it's maybe all you should get a curfew.
Hello.
No, seriously, or you should get a curfew.
All you should get a curfew. Does anyone else agree that all you should get a curfew? And what time? What? And if you had a curfew, what time would it be anyway? Say that again?
What happens to the moment sunset at 7 o'clock?
Yes, what happens? That's a good point. Okay, I've got someone at the back here. What's your name?
Basically, that's not going to work because people still come out of their houses and do what they're going to do. So that's to squash that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, but Maria over here. Maria, what have you got to say about the issue?
Firstly, I don't think there's much Gordon Brown can do because when you think about it, no matter what he does, there's always going to be people that still got that mentality in their heads where they want to do the things that they've always been doing. So if he wants to do anything, it's going to take him a lot of time to be able to think of what he actually can do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you agree with that? Yeah. I think that deserves a round of applause, yeah?
I think it's more than blaming Gordon Brown. I think young people need to have a purpose in life, and they need to have something to actually work towards. Because more times, if you're living in a world and you don't have no hope, and you think, boy, this is it, and it's all about what's now then you don't feel no way to kill people. You don't feel no way to say, you know what, you need this to be someone to do it straight back to you. There's no remorse, there's no accountability to nobody. But when, as we've seen at WoRd, if you give young people a goal, if you say, okay, this is what I want you to do, if you set them a target and give them some sort of purpose in life, then they'll value life more. But because so many young people don't have no purpose, they don't feel like what the boy was saying on the show, he was saying that we don't have nothing, that's why we try to rep our ends. But if you show them that there is something that's valuable about them, there is purpose for their lives, then their mentality will change. I think it's more than the golden brown, it's more than youth club. I think there needs to be a change in their mentality so that they will love themselves more and then start loving each other and start having some sort of purpose in life.
Yeah, I think, to an extent, we need to be responsible for ourselves as well. Gordon Brown can't change the way you feel in your mind, I suppose. That's a good point. I'm going to move to the next, one of the other things he said, and that was, I know how it feels to carry a knife in order to protect myself, because I don't want anything to happen to me. I mean, to me that sounds like, young people are carrying knives out of fear. Is that the situation? Yeah, you got Stephanie at the back there.
I personally think that's kind of rubbish because true talk, some people come up to you without a knife, try hard, take your knife and stab you. So carrying a knife is like, so just being one of them. So carrying a knife out of fear doesn't really work. I don't think there's such thing.
Okay, we've got someone over here. We've got Zainab over here. What's Zainab?
I don't actually think it's always out there. I think because some of them do just carry knives go out purposely to kill people anyway.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Some people will go out with an agenda, maybe looking for someone. Yes, sir.
You can argue it for and against that. I know people that actually carry an action weapon, but they're not going to use it. It's for their own protection because they walk through their own area being scared, knowing that they don't know what's going to happen to them. So you can say that it's wrong, and they're more likely to get stabbed. But if it's worse comes to worse, that they have to do it, and that's their decision. That they should measure up the consequences of carrying a knife, like we're stopping searches. So we shouldn't really.
There's even the consequence, I suppose, of people carrying knives not really wanting to use it,
Yeah,
just want it, and then they find themselves using it, and then they mess up their lives. Yeah. Okay. One more thing that he said: we rep our postcodes, and him already touched on this, because we want something to be ours. Is that what young people really feel? Okay. I'm going to come to Emmanuel here. What do you think about that?
I think it doesn't really make sense, because how can you own a postcode? Like, when other people come out of their end and go into their end, they usually attack them, but they don't really own it. They live in there and they struggle, and they always complain about how their end is bad, that no one is helping them out. These times they're fighting over ends that they don't even want to be in. So,
yeah, and I guess ultimately they're affecting their ends, as it were. They're not making it better. All the violence is bringing the crime rate up in that area. They're not having any love for the area itself. They're mashing up things and stuff, so they're actually making it worse to an extent. Would you agree with that? Okay. Does anybody else want to comment on that? Or is there any other points in the video as well, maybe, that you want to point out?
You can't recommend it by doing something bad. You do something good to like say, oh, this area is a good area. You don't need to do something bad for people to know you.
Yeah. So we could basically turn a negative into a positive. Yeah. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. So the next video I'm going to show you is by one of his friends, AJ's friends, called Ben. Okay, so I'm going to play that for you now.